Deep in the heart of the Whispering Woods lived a lively squirrel who loved two things most: collecting nuts and making others smile. Every day the little squirrel would leap from branch to branch, cheeks stuffed, tail swishing like a banner of joy. Autumn had arrived, and soon the forest would sleep beneath winter's white blanket. While most animals hurried to prepare for the cold, the squirrel was already far ahead. His hollow tree was packed with nuts. Acorns, chestnuts, hazelnuts, more than enough for one small creature. Yet as he gazed at his towering pile, he felt something missing. The forest outside was buzzing with worry. The birds chirped anxiously about flying south. The rabbits scurried to find burrows, and the hedgehog fretted about having too little food. That night, as the moon painted silver patterns on the forest floor, the squirrel heard faint sniffles. He followed the sound and found a shivering mouse under a fallen leaf. "I stored too late," squeaked the mouse. "Now the cold will come and I have nothing to eat." The squirrel thought for a moment, then smiled. "Come with me." He shared his nuts, filling the mouse's tiny paws. The mouse's eyes sparkled. "Thank you, I'll never forget this." Word spread quickly. By morning, a line of animals, some shy, some scared, waited outside the squirrel's tree. The squirrel could have shut his door. He could have said, "I worked hard. These are mine." But his heart whispered louder than his hunger. Kindness grows when shared. He divided his stash, nut by nut, paw by paw. Soon his once full hollow looked almost empty. But something magical began to happen. The next day, the birds brought him bright berries from far-off trees. The beavers rolled in logs to strengthen his home. The rabbits dug soft tunnels around his tree to block the icy wind. Even the bear, who was ready to hibernate, dropped off a few leftover honeycombs before his long sleep. Winter arrived early and fierce. Snow fell thick, and winds howled through the forest. Yet in the center of the Whispering Woods, warmth thrived. Not from fire, but from friendship. The animals gathered each night under the squirrel's tree, sharing food, laughter, and stories. Then, one stormy evening, disaster struck. A loud crack echoed. The old oak where the owl lived had split in two. Without hesitation, the squirrel rallied the forest. "We can save him together!" he shouted. The beavers built a ramp from fallen branches. The deer helped lift debris, and the squirrel climbed high, guiding the owl to safety. When the storm calmed, the forest looked at the little squirrel in awe. He had no crown, no claws, no mighty roar, just a big heart. Spring finally bloomed again, melting the last snow. New green leaves shimmered, and the forest sang in harmony. The squirrel peeked into his hollow. It was empty. Not a single nut remained. But before he could sigh, his friends appeared, one by one, carrying nuts, seeds, and berries. "For you," said the mouse. "For the hero who taught us that the forest is one big family." The squirrel's eyes filled with happy tears. He had given everything, and in return gained something greater than food. He had gained everyone. From that day on, the Whispering Woods was never the same. Animals no longer hoarded for themselves. They stored together, worked together, and thrived together. And when new generations of animals asked how their forest became so united, the elders would smile and say, "It all began with one small squirrel and a handful of shared nuts."